Hi, and so today I want to talk about something that has come up in a lot of conversations in my clarity calls or with people or with clients, in the calls. Something which is again a very core part of me having developed an unhealthy relationship with myself, if I take that if I take that scenario into picture. And so, if you're new here, I'm a trained life coach and I basically help people go from a place where they have an unhealthy relationship with themselves, which basically means that you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel confident in yourself, or you somewhere feel that I lack something, inside me, or that self worth ho gaya, ya fir I just don't feel good or comfortable being myself. Somewhere there is this desire, I need to become this person. Only then I will be worthy enough or I will be good enough. So I help you go from this space to a place where you have a healthy understanding and loving relationship with yourself, where you feel comfortable and confident as you are in your own body. Okay, so main difference is the way you feel in yourself, about yourself, in your body. Okay. And I do this through coaching sessions, and my clarity calls are free. If you want to take a session, you can go to my comment or description section. In that you'll find my WhatsApp contact, and you can DM me session to avail your first free session with me. Okay, now let's talk about the topic that I want to talk about today. So today's topic I would title as, uh, yeah, I think perfection and confidence. Yeah, perfection and confidence, या फिर perfection and acceptance of the self. ठीक है? Because see, a lot of times what happens, if I have an unhealthy relationship with myself, my dominant feelings about myself would be कि I'm not enough. मैं जहाँ पर हूँ, जैसे हूँ अभी, I am not enough, and I would feel its presence almost every second of my life. See, my body is like my home for this life. ठीक है? So इस life में if I don't feel comfortable in my own home, अगर मेरा जो घर है, because see, for me, my body, my mind, the way I feel, it's like my home, it's my home. ठीक है? So if I don't feel comfortable in my home, nothing in life will feel good to me, because anywhere I go in my life, I'm walking with my body, right? I'm carrying my home with myself. So if I don't feel comfortable in who I am in my own body, I will never feel comfortable with anybody else or in any other relationship or at any other place in this life also. So a lot of time what happens is that हमें लगता है you know हमें लगता है, because see, what is actually happening is, when we have an unhealthy relationship, the source of that pain or the source of that sadness or that self dislike is actually inside me, but we think to cover up or to change it, or to instead of feeling that dislike for the self, or just that feeling of not feeling good about myself, I, to cover that up, we think that I need to feel good, and then for that good feeling, we make a lot of situations or rules in our head, or we start to change that good feeling outside of us. Ki, somebody else will make me feel that happiness in me, or through somebody else I will get to feel good about my own self. So all of that starts to happen, and यहाँ पर हमारे mind में एक connection बन जाता है, connection of that okay, perfect is related to feeling confident, or for me to accept myself, for me to feel good in my body, I need to have perfection in myself. So here we make in our mind, we make a connection of perfection with accepting myself, or with confident, feeling confident in my own self. ठीक है? So एक ही connection हमारे mind में बन जाता है. And when we connect these two things, because right now I don't feel good in myself, I don't feel comfortable in my body, I don't feel confident, and there's this desire, okay, other people are so perfect, I just need to be like them. Agar only if I was like them, only if I was good enough, only if I could speak like that, only if I looked that way, only if I didn't, only if I was not myself, only if I had their life, their body, their face, their family, everything, all that they have, life would be good, life would be perfect. And there's this one thing, when with having an unhealthy relationship with yourself, if I'm not feeling good in myself, I will start to look at world in a sense where every other person will start to seem very perfect to me. तो मेरे को छोड़ के मेरा एक जो नजरिया होगा that other people are so perfect, they have got it all so perfect, so good, everything is so good in their life, and on the contrary I will look at myself in a very inferior sense. तो ये होने लगता है. Okay, so in a way क्या होता है कि मेरे माइंड में कनेक्शन बन जाता है that okay, अभी मैं जो हूँ I'm not enough, there's something that needs to change in me, the way I look, or the way I speak, the way I do things. So there's something that needs to change in my external world. Okay, I need to become somebody else, I need to be perfect, I need to become perfect. Only then I will feel confident, only then there will be acceptance, only then I can feel good in myself. So हमारे माइंड में ये कनेक्शन होता है that I need to be perfect, I need to be at some place. हम एक खुद के लिए एक बार बना लेते हैं, एक स्टैंडर्ड सेट कर लेते हैं कि okay, I need to be there, only then I will feel confident, only then I will feel acceptance for myself. बट प्लीज नोटिस कि यहाँ पर अगेन दिस इज अ कनेक्शन दैट वी हैव मेड. तो यहाँ पर वी आर गोइंग टू चेज परफेक्शन, थिंकिंग दैट once I achieve this perfection, I will feel confident in my own self, I will feel better about my own self in my own body. बट प्लीज़ माइंड, ये जो हमने बार सेट किया है, जो परफेक्शन हम चेज कर रहे हैं, इट हैज़ एक्चुअली नो एंड. क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो हमने अपने लिए परफेक्शन का बार सेट किया होगा, जो एक्सपेक्टेशन हमने खुद के लिए सेट किया, जो स्टैंडर्ड सेट किया, वो बहुत ही हाई होगा. एंड यू नो इन दैट परस्यूट ऑफ चेजिंग इट, बिकॉज उसका हमारा एंड गोल क्या है? वाई आर वी चेजिंग दिस परफेक्शन? बिकॉज आई वॉन्ट टू फील गुड इन माई सेल्फ, आई वॉन्ट टू फील कॉन्फिडेंट इन माई सेल्फ. So it's actually a very unrealistic thing that we have made for ourselves. Because of this, what will happen? ये जो परफेक्शन है, जो भी मैंने बार सेट किया, जो भी स्टैंडर्ड सेट किया, उसको लेकर मैं बहुत ही डेस्परेट हो जाऊंगी. बिकॉज नाउ माई लाइफ डिपेंड्स ऑन इट. बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू रिमेन एट अ प्लेस वेयर आई एम फीलिंग अनकंफर्टेबल इन माई बॉडी, वेयर आई एम नॉट फीलिंग कॉन्फिडेंट इन माई सेल्फ. सो फॉर मी आई हैव मेड दिस कनेक्शन. तो उससे क्या होता है ना, मेरी लाइफ के जो सारे गोल्स हैं और ये जो मेरे डिजायर होते हैं, जो कि ओके आई नीड टू बी परफेक्ट, आई नीड टू बी एबल टू स्पीक दिस वे, आई नीड टू नेवर मेक एनी मिस्टेक, आई जस्ट कैन नॉट मेक मिस्टेक, जो रूल्स मैं अपने लिए सेट करती हूँ, और जो बहुत ही यू नो बीइंग हार्ड ऑन योर सेल्फ. So here, if I'm chasing perfection, I will be very hard on myself, and I will end up making a lot of very unrealistic rules for my own self. Like, you know, I cannot make mistakes. So if I'm doing something, I need to be perfect at it. I need to get it done at once. People cannot know or see me making mistakes, because then it will ruin my image in their head. They will start to judge me. So I have all these rules in my head for my own self, and I will be so desperate to chase this perfection, because I think that when I have this, I will finally start to feel good in myself. But you know, that's all. But again, you know, that is what happens when we have an unhealthy relationship. The base of it is that, you know, the person that I am, the place where I am, it's not enough. So I am not enough. I am not enough is the base of me having an unhealthy relationship with myself today. This is what sits at the core, that you know, जो मैं अभी हूँ, जैसी हूँ, it is not enough. वो काफ़ी नहीं है. So I need to be somebody else. I need to do something. And you know, if I talk about the solution part, okay, what actually needs to happen? The place where you are in right now, or the way you are, आप जैसे हो, जैसे भी हो, जहाँ भी हो, acceptance needs to come in. Acceptance, और acceptance का अगर मैं opposite बोलूँ तो denial होता है. तो कभी कभी हम denial में जीने लगते हैं. तो okay, I can't even come to make peace with the fact that this is who I am, this is where I am, and this is how I am in real sense. हम वो भी नहीं कर पाते. So first thing that needs to happen is acceptance. Because tell me one thing, if you cannot accept yourself where you are, why would anybody else? And you really think that if you are not accepting yourself at this point, you will be able to accept yourself at this point? No. The way you are right now, the way you think about yourself right now, the way you see yourself right now, it is going to be same no matter where you go. So ये हमारे एक assumption होता है. This is something that we are thinking in our head कि once my externals change, कि अगर मैं परफेक्ट बन जाऊँ, अगर मेरे बोलने का तरीका चेंज हो जाए, द वे आई एक्ट, द वे आई वॉक, द वे आई डू थिंग्स, अगर वो बदल जाए, तो एवरीथिंग इन माई लाइफ वुड बी गुड. यू नो, आई विल एक्सेप्ट माई सेल्फ, पीपल विल एक्सेप्ट, बेसिकली पीपल विल स्टार्ट टू रिस्पेक्ट मी, पीपल विल एक्सेप्ट मी. बट that's again something that I'm thinking. वो मेरा माइंड मुझे सोल्यूशन दे रहा है, वो मेरा माइंड ने मुझे एक तरीका बताया to solve this thing. But in reality what needs to happen is that can you accept yourself where you are, just the way you are? Because if you cannot, if I'm just not able to accept myself where I am, it will be very hard for me to accept myself even when I am at a point where I think once I reach, things will be better, I will accept myself. Because वो कभी नहीं आता है. Because it's again that same thing कि what matters is where I am at present. हमें लगता है कि हमारा फ्यूचर कहीं और है. नो, बट योर फ्यूचर इज बीइंग क्रिएटेड थ्रू दिस प्रेजेंट ओनली. तो अभी मैं जहाँ पर जैसी हूँ, इट्स अ वेरी बिग फैक्टर. So first we need to ask ourselves, okay, the place where I am right now, the way, how do I think about myself? How do I feel about myself? Can I accept myself where I am, the way I am? Because please mind, जब हम ये कनेक्शन बना लेते हैं अपने हेड में ना कि that perfection is equal to confidence, और perfection is equal to acceptance or validation, or you know, yeah, that feeling of belonging with others as well as me, that once I become perfect, everything will be sorted. Please ask yourself कि जो perfection आपने, please define this perfection for yourself. इस perfection की definition क्या है? Because then you will realize that okay, in actual ये जो perfection का मेरे अंदर definition है, first it's very unrealistic even right now, and there's no end to it. You never know कि आप जब उस स्टेज पे पहुंच भी जाओगे, सपोज आप डेस्टिनेशन रीच भी कर गए, ओके, कैसे भी करके, you will have this sense कि वहाँ जाकर मेरा एक और दूसरा मैं एक और बार, एक और स्टैंडर्ड, एक और परफेक्शन लेवल सेट कर दूंगा नया. So it's like it's an endless loop, endless race where I'm chasing what? I am chasing perfection, thinking that once I have this thing, I will finally start to feel confident and acceptance in myself, when in reality these two things are just not related. हमें दूसरों को देखकर लगता है, जो people who we find confident, we think that they are perfect, you know, it's in our head, because we make that relation. Why? Because in my head, in my core, what is there? That I am not enough, I am not good enough, I am anything but perfect. So because this is what is happening inside me, I start to look at other people also in that same manner. If people are confident, it means they have no flaws, which is not the reality. It is how they see themselves. Because see, for me, if I have to define confidence, for me confidence is a simple thing. First, you know who you are. You truly know yourself. Okay, you know all aspects of you. Okay, this is my flaws. This is what I'm good at. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. So you have this. आपको वो awareness है that I'm not perfect. I'm not seeking it either. Because perfection is like wanting to be God, or like wanting to be superior. That's like another thing. So for confidence, the two things that I look at it like is, first, you know who you are. You truly know yourself. So you have self-awareness. Okay, you know yourself better than anybody else. I would use that word. क्योंकि अप अंटिल नाउ क्या होता है ना, जब हमें सेल्फ अवेयरनेस नहीं है तो आई एम गोइंग टू बिलीव इन टू एवरी वर्ड दैट कम्स फ्रॉम आउटसाइड. तो किसी ने मुझे कुछ कह दिया, आई एम गोइंग टू डाउट माई सेल्फ कि सच कह रहा है. I'm actually not good enough. I can't do these things right. But if I have self-awareness, if I know myself better than anybody else, no matter what comments come to me, अगर suppose किसी ने मुझे कुछ opinion दिया भी, so first I will check in with myself. Do I believe into this? Or if somebody has criticized me or somebody has given me feedback that you're not very good at this thing, आप ये अच्छा नहीं करते हो, so I will ask myself, do I think or do I expect myself to be good at this? And I'll come from my own space, no, that I just like doing it. I don't want to be good at it, so I don't have the criteria set for myself that I need to be good at it. I'm fine doing it just the way I do it. So what is happening? First, you have so much self-awareness that anything that comes from outside does not shake up your entire world. Why? Because you have your own voice, you know yourself better, you have your own opinions about your own self, which come from a healthy space. अभी तक क्या हो रहा है, क्योंकि मेरा अंदर का एनवायरमेंट ही बहुत ही अनहेल्दी है, बाहर से कोई भी कमेंट आता है, आई गेट ट्रिगर्ड बिकॉज आई ऑलरेडी हैव अ कोर जहाँ पर मेरे बहुत ही नेगेटिव अनहेल्दी बिलीव्स हैं अबाउट माई सेल्फ, वेर आई एम ऑलरेडी डाउटिंग माई सेल्फ, वेर आई एम ऑलरेडी इनसिक्योर अबाउट माई ओन सेल्फ, वेर आई एम ऑलरेडी टेलिंग माई सेल्फ हाउ आई एम नॉट गुड इनफ and how other people are so much good. So that is what is happening. So confidence, again coming back to the same thing, first you have self-awareness, second you accept it, you're okay with it. So you have made acceptance with the fact that okay, this is who I am and this is who I truly am and I'm okay with it. I accept myself just the way I am. So if I have certain flaws, like suppose if I have certain flaws that okay, I like any flaws that okay, I maybe I sometimes fumble when I speak, am I okay with it? Or do I still have a standard or desire set for myself, or do I still carry an expectation that I need to deliver a speech or something perfectly, flawlessly, every word should come out very fine? Do I have this expectation with myself, or am I okay with how I am? Do I accept myself even with my flaws and mistakes? So these two things actually define confidence for me. Now all of us have different definition of confidence. So if I am coming from an unhealthy space, if I carry or if I have an unhealthy relationship with myself, my definition of confidence would be that I need to be perfect. I never make a mistake. That is the truth. That is how we start to think. That is how we start to think and look at things. So before you work on yourself, so before you even work towards wanting to be confident, ask yourself, what does definition mean for me? What am I chasing? What do I want? A very very important question. What do I want? क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या होता है, हमें लगता है कि I want solution, but sometimes what we want is I want to be perfect, thinking that when I become perfect, I will feel good in myself. So you need to ask that, do I really want to be perfect, or what do I really, or is it that what I truly want is I want to feel good in myself? Have your answer. Be honest with yourself. What is it that you truly want? Only then you can, do the work or have the real results. Okay, so this is something that came up a lot of times in my sessions in recent times, where I could see and I felt it too, that when we have an unhealthy relationship, we start to think that something needs to change in me so that I can accept myself, or so that people can accept me, so that I can so that I can finally start to feel confident in myself, which is not the truth. Things do not need to change for me to accept myself. Again, coming back to the same thing, that if I can't accept myself where I am right now, I will never be able to accept myself where I think उस destination पे जाके कि जब मैं ये बन जाऊँगा ना तब मैं accept करूँगा. But please notice, this is how we start to feel when we have an unhealthy relationship with myself. So if you want to build a healthy relationship with yourself, if you want to be at a place where you understand yourself, where you, instead of judging and accusing yourself, you talk to yourself with kindness, with a lot of compassion, you understand yourself, you allow yourself to make mistakes, you're fine, you're okay with being yourself, you feel comfortable, confident in your body, which is not about being perfect. So you will not be perfect. When I develop a healthy relationship with myself, I'm not saying that you will be perfect. No. The way you see yourself, the way you relate to yourself will change, which means that your relationship with yourself will change. The way you look at yourself, the way you talk to yourself, the way you think about yourself will change. and you finally will be at a space where confidence would start to come naturally to you, because now you're no more fighting against your own self within your body. And when that finally happens, when you start to feel comfortable in your body, trust me, things change in your life, because my life is through me, right? My life is through me. So if I'm not happy in my body, in my home, nothing in life will good. But if I start to feel good in myself, if I start to feel love towards my own self, if I start to support myself, become kinder towards my own self, if I start to like the person that I am, life will also start to feel the same way. I would start to connect with other people better. If my relationship with myself is better, my relationship with other people would also become better, because again, my life is through me. Okay, so I'll keep this video till here. And if you want to build a healthy relationship with yourself, you can book your session with me. First clarity calls are free right now. All you have to do is go to my description or comment section and take my number from there and DM me session, and I'll see you in the session then. And my sessions are very safe space where you can be honest with yourself, and it's all about becoming honest with yourself and being able to know what's really inside me that's happening. Okay, all right, so go book your session if you want, and I'll see you in the session then. Bye bye.